Darth Sion, often referred to as the Lord of Pain, is one of the most tragic and fearsome figures in the history of the Sith. His story is rooted in intense suffering, both physical and emotional, which ultimately defined his existence. Initially, Sion was a Sith marauder, a warrior who had essentially given up on life. Plagued by relentless pain, he joined the forces of Exarchuan, not out of a desire for conquest, but in a desperate bid to end his own suffering through death in battle. Despite his wish to die, Sion found himself repeatedly surviving, no matter how grievous his injuries. This unexpected resilience led him to believe that he was truly immortal, a belief that would come to shape his dark legacy. Sion's immortality was not a gift but a curse. His ability to survive fatal wounds came from his deep connection to the dark side of the Force, which he fueled with his immense pain and hatred. Each time he was struck down, his hatred fed the dark side, which in turn kept his broken body alive. Over time, Sion's body became a grotesque, decaying shell, held together by sheer will and the dark side's power. His existence was one of constant agony, his flesh cracked and decomposing, his bones fractured into countless pieces. Instead of seeking to end his torment, Sion embraced it, allowing his pain to become the source of his strength. This made him a nightmarish figure, feared by all who encountered him. Throughout his life, Sion played a significant role in the dark history of the Sith. After the fall of Exarchuan, he continued to seek battle, participating in the Mandalorian Wars and later aligning himself with Revan and Malak during their reign over the Sith. However, it was during the formation of the Sith Triumvirate, alongside Darth Nihilus and Darth Traya, that Sion reached the height of his infamy. The Triumvirate was dedicated to the extermination of the Jedi Order, and Sion, with his unstoppable nature, became one of their most deadly instruments. Unlike Nihilus, who consumed the Force itself, Sion relished the physical act of killing, using his indestructible body to hunt and destroy Jedi across the galaxy. Sion's immortality, while making him a powerful adversary, also led to his deepening isolation and despair. Despite his near invincibility, Sion's life was one of unending torment. The pain that sustained him also prevented him from experiencing any true connection or joy. This existence of ceaseless agony made Sion a bitter and twisted figure, one who saw the galaxy as broken and beyond repair. He became enraged at those who possessed the power to heal or bring order but chose not to, seeing them as weak and hypocritical. This perspective fueled his hatred, driving him to spread his pain to others, particularly the Jedi, whom he blamed for much of the galaxy's suffering. The turning point in Sion's life came during his encounters with Jedi exile Meetra Surik. Unlike the many Jedi he had slaughtered, Surik posed a unique challenge to Sion, not just physically but emotionally. During their battles, Sion found himself unable to kill her, no matter how many times she struck him down. This unusual resilience intrigued him, and he began to develop a grudging respect and even a romantic interest in her. These feelings conflicted with his reliance on pain and hatred, weakening his connection to the dark side and threatening the very power that sustained his life. Sion was horrified by these new emotions, as they represented a vulnerability he had long buried. It was Meetra Surik who made Sion confront the futility of his existence. During their final confrontation on Malachor V, Surik did not try to defeat Sion by force alone. She reasoned with him, revealing the truth that his life of pain and immortality was not a sign of strength but of weakness and dependence on the dark side. She pointed out that Darth Traya, whom Sion sought to please, had no true care for him and saw him only as a tool. This realization struck Sion deeply, making him understand that his relentless pursuit of power through pain had led him to a life of emptiness and despair. Sion's ultimate decision to let go of his immortality is one of the most poignant moments in Sith history. After a lifetime of pain, hatred, and violence, he chose to embrace death, not as a defeat, but as a release from the suffering that had defined him. In his final moments, Sion felt peace for the first time, a peace that had eluded him throughout his tortured existence. By allowing himself to die, he found a form of redemption, a stark contrast to the path of other Sith Lords who remained consumed by darkness until the end. Sion's story serves as a tragic reminder of the destructive power of the dark side and the possibility of redemption, even for those who have walked the darkest paths.